Hey love, welcome back to my channel. It's Tiffany, and I'm so excited that you could join me here today. In today's video, we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty, and I'm going to teach you how to secure paid brand deals without having 10,000 followers.
What you doing?
This is going to be your blueprint to securing paid, yes paid, not gifted collabs, even if you have less than 1,000 followers. Because if you know my story, I started securing paid collaborations with less than 1,000 followers, and my students are doing the same too. So if you've been sitting here thinking that you're going to start pitching to brands once you hit 10K followers, girl, let this video be a wake-up call, because what are you waiting for? Or if you've even been thinking no one is going to pay me for my content until I grow, you're wrong. I'm about to change your whole entire perspective in this one video. When I first started about even thinking to work with brands, I thought that, the same thing as you guys. I thought I had to have 10K. I thought I had to have this luxury aesthetic. I thought that brands wouldn't pay me for my content. And at the time, I was growing slow and I had nowhere near a big following. And I'm not gonna lie, I want to be super honest and open with you guys. I thought that brand deals were only open to people with the blue verified checks, or you had to have somewhere near like 50,000 followers. But I've been in the game for a while, and as I've been able to teach my students, I've realized that brands tend to not look at numbers, they look at value. So step one is obviously knowing your value. Because brands pay for influence. They don't just pay for followers. If you have 300, 500, 800 engaged followers who trust and who are rocking with you on a consistent basis, and they even buy what you recommend, you are more valuable to a brand than someone who only has 20,000 followers, but those followers are ghost. They don't, buy what they promote, they don't interact with them, and there's no community there. So I want you to ask yourself, what problem do you help people solve? Because if you are posting content, whether you are an entrepreneur or a content creator, you have to help people to solve a problem in order for them to want to follow you. And these problems don't have to be over the top. They could be like you make them laugh, right? Entertainment. Maybe they need a source of entertainment. Maybe you're relatable. Maybe you teach them how to do something. But at the end of the day, if you are posting content on social media, you have to solve a problem for someone else. Maybe you're really good at sharing skincare tips. Maybe you can give some fitness hacks for women who are trying to lose belly fat in 30 days. Maybe you're good at cooking, styling, speaking words of wisdom into people. I want you to figure out what it is that you can help people solve, because that is going to be your leverage. Now we can move on to phase two. Phase two is all about building your content portfolio. This is the part that a lot of influencers and creators miss out on, and I want you to really hone in this, because I wish I knew this when I was starting. I want you to start creating content like you are already working with brands. I want you to start making mini ads for products that you already have in your home. It's all about starting with what you have rather than thinking about everything that you don't have. This gives you a chance to show brands how you film, how you edit, and how you market their products in a very natural and organic way. And you can even create story style content that highlights the transformation that the brand's product can bring to the customers. When a brand looks at your page, they need to immediately see off the top of their head what it's going to be like to work with you. So not only do you have to be posting content that looks like something a brand would pay for in regards to like what the content is about, but your content also has to be of a certain quality. So I want to make sure you have good lighting, you're filming with your highest camera setting on your phone, and you're also being consistent. Now we move on to phase three. And phase three is all about you starting to pitch early, because there's literally no harm in pitching. What's the worst thing someone is going to say? No. Oh well. Follow up again, or reach out to another brand. I don't want you to wait until you feel ready to start pitching to brands, because you can even start pitching with 500 followers, especially if your content is solid. That's why I want you guys to make sure the quality is is there. When you're pitching, you should introduce yourself, and you also need to show that you actually know the brand. I feel like when I read a lot of creators' email pitches, it's all about them and it's not about the brand. They don't actually show the brand that they know them. What they end up showing the brand is, hey, I want a free product and I want you to pay me. A brand's not going for that. I want you to share with the brand how you can actually create engaging content that helps them reach their audience. Your pitch should be short because brands don't have all day to read a full essay. Your pitch should also be professional because obviously there is a way that you communicate with someone, and it needs to be confident. Because yeah, people can spot confidence through your content. People can spot confidence through your pitches as well. Now we move on to phase 4. This is kind of my favorite part to talk about, which is positioning. You need to position yourself professionally because brands are only going to take you seriously and pay you your worth if you take yourself seriously. So you need to have a clean and clear bio who shows who you are and what you do. You need to have a content theme as well. It could even be lifestyle, but you need to be able to show it with intention. Something that creators miss out on is they say, oh, I'm a lifestyle, beauty and fashion creator. But then when you go on their page, it's only lifestyle content. Where's the beauty? Where's the fashion? Your bio needs to practice what you preach. Like, you need to practice what you preach in your bio. If your bio says this, that, and the third, your content needs to reflect that. Otherwise, brands aren't going to want to work with you. And later on, when you're ready, a media kit will come in clutch. And a media kit is basically your portfolio. And even if your numbers are small, your media kit will give you the opportunity to showcase your value and your creativity. I also want you to make sure you're showing your personality in your content too. Don't be a robot. Don't be super tight up and professional. Brands want to work with creators who have personality because relatability and personality sells in every aspect. And phase 5, we want to focus on relationships and not freebies. So yes, brands may offer you a gifted collaboration at first. But here's the thing, you can turn it into a paid one, just like my student did over here with my techniques. In order to do this, you need to deliver amazing content, and it doesn't have to be over the top. It just has to be of good quality. Think about the content that you interact with on a daily basis. It's got good lighting, it's got good quality, and it actually provides the audience with value. Your content needs to do the same. You also want to build a relationship with them. And you can even follow up with, I would love to continue this partnership on a paid basis, because brands are only going to know that you want to be compensated with money if you let them know. If you don't tell them, of course they're not going to offer it to you up front because they're just going to feel like you're okay with gifted. But no, we need to get paid for our content. Many creators start off small. Trust me, I did. And the ones who turn gifted into paid collabs are the ones who treat every collaboration opportunity like an audition to something bigger. I want you to expand further than just thinking that, okay, I'm going to work with this brand on a one-off basis. No, that's why it's so important to build relationships so that you can work with brands over and over again and start to have some consistent income straight from brand deals. So please do not let your follower count stop you. I had less than 1,000 followers when I got my first paid brand deal. And now I've been able to work with over, I want to say 35 brands. I've built my own academy to help you do the same. And I've been able to scale my content to 6 figures. And I was only able to do this regardless of my follower count and experience because I positioned myself correctly. And that is where a lot of creators lack, the positioning. I also stayed consistent. And most importantly, I treated my page like a business before the money even came in. And that's something I want you guys to do too. So if you're ready to learn step by step how to secure and land paid brand deals, how to pitch and position yourself correctly, regardless of your follower count, experience, and location, so that you can actually start to get paid, then my academy is exactly where you need to be. Inside the Beauty in the Bank Academy, I'm going to teach you the exact system I used to go from filming content on my bedroom floor to being able to scale and make 6 figures from my content. And my students inside are already landing their first brand deals, regardless of their follower count. So spots are limited because I want to make sure I give everyone hands-on support. So click the link in the description and join us before doors close. Because remember, you do not need 10K followers to get paid. You just need the right systems. That's it from me. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next YouTube video. Bye.